Hello and welcome to another video of Archons Only, where we try to beat Genshin Impact using only Archon characters. So something that's really good about this event, although it's an old event, these are the only challenges that we need to defeat, so after we defeat these ones are already gone. But the good thing is we can actually try a new Archon that we don't have, and it's insane that we still don't have Zhongli. But at least we can try to use him and see how it will synergize with our different characters. So I was saying before that the only way that I see him being useful in our accounts having a shielder, especially for one of the different sides of the Abyss. Because on one side we can have Furina, that she's a healer, and so this is going to give us some survivability for our different characters. But on the other side, we're always struggling with getting damage, and that's basically the side that we have both Raiden Shogun and Nahida. They are pretty weak. So having at least Zhongli could be good for that. I don't know if we will use any of the, I don't know, try to break some defense or any other things that we can use with some of the different kits that they have. Maybe it would be an interesting thing to use, not build him as a nuke or as a shielder, but we build him some like resistancy shred or something like that. Or even we can try different weird builds that we can actually think. Maybe he could be a healer, who knows? I have to start thinking on different ways that he could be useful for the account, other than like having high HP and being a shielder. We can use even any other kit or any other artifact set that we can have, and we can keep him 3 HP, goblet, sands, and maybe a crown, a circlet, sorry, and that would be enough HP, especially if we have like the black tassel or this kind of different weapons. So yeah, let me know what you think, if you have any ideas how we can make Zhongli useful, although it's not being confirmed. So we know that the next Archon that's going to come up soon is Nahida. Unfortunately, she's in the second half of the banner, so it means that we still need to wait a lot of time to get her, and it probably is going to be closer to Mavuika, I assume, is going to be after release, maybe. I don't know. I'm open to see what's going to happen at some point, but either Zhongli or Mavuika would be ideal, and those are the only two Archons that we need. So what I was thinking is that I would like to pull for Nahida's weapon. First because I think we have some PG on the weapon banner, so it would not be crazily expensive. And now that they have this new system where you can only lose 50-50 once, that means that in the worst case scenario we need to pull, I don't know, 90 plus maybe 180 wishes. That would be all of what we have saved right now, I think. But that would be the worst case scenario. If the best case scenario, we will get it on the first hand, and that would be amazing. And we will see if that happens at some point. But what I'm trying to say is that I think Nahida's weapon is going to be really helpful for her. And that's something that we really can use. I'm not interested in Raiden Shogun, although her banner is already down. I didn't pull for her. I didn't pull for any of her constellations. Maybe you can think about constellation later. But I feel like the weapon is not important because we are building her more of a EM for dendro reactions, and I think that's going to be her main playstyle. Unless Mavuika change everything, I'm still going to keep that as one of the different sides of the of the Abyss, because I feel that that's really overpowered. So yeah, I think she's going to be EM. We got the EM weapon that we can get for her, so in the end I think she's pretty well built. So yeah, based on priorities, I think I will get Nahida's weapon, and then it would be Zhongli and Mavuika. Let's see if we can get them. Let's see who reruns before, if it's Zhongli or Mavuika, or I hope they're not at the same time. That would be insanely stupid to try to get them both. But yeah, I think that's going to be our priorities. And I think I'm going to prioritize Zhongli over Mavuika, because I guess Mavuika we will rerun again before the whole region is gone. So that gives us some opportunity to save more primogems, basically, to try to get her. And I'm not able or willing to wait for Zhongli anymore because we waited at least one patch to actually get him. So yeah, I think that's going to be my decisions. Okay, we got silver on this one. Let's see if we can use any other Archon in this one. No, only the Archons that we have. That's kind of like sad. Although the only one we can use was was Zhongli, and I think you can see that our Archons are level 90 and their characters are level 80. So in the end, like, our Archons are better built than them. Also saying that we cannot upgrade our Archons any more than we can do. So now they're triple crowned, so that means that we cannot increase their talents anymore. I think their weapons, I hope they're max ascended or they're trying to be on the best side. I think we can get different. I think we got some weapons that are not really the best ones, like 5-star weapons. I think the 5-star catalyst for Nahida is not the best because it's not EM, but if I want to or use her for basic attacks, I think it might be useful or not. And that's why I want to get her own signature weapon, because I think that's going to be really helpful to build her more of a main on-field DPS with a Hyper Bloom kind of build. So yeah, that's why I want it. But for now, I think that's the only thing we're missing. Our artifacts, I don't think I'm going to bother on building them. So of course, they can be improved a lot, but you can spend a lot of primogems or a lot of resin on this, and you can still go nowhere. So I don't think that's efficient to do. Maybe once we get all our Archons, we can start spending our resin on these kind of things. And the other thing I was thinking of doing is to try to, because we know what Zhongli needs, and we don't know what Mavuika needs, I might need to start building them or try to get some of the materials that they require, especially the weekly bosses could be useful. Then maybe try to get their book talents. What else do they need? I think that would be the main things. Maybe the artifacts. That would be a good idea. Try to start farming for artifacts and see if we can create some different builds for them. I think I will try to, unless I can think of something else, or you can suggest me something else, I think I will go straight to the typical known build, not the Geo one, maybe the HP one. So yeah, I think that's what we should do in the next, or that's how we should spend our resin, especially because now we don't have to do, for example, the weekly bosses for the other characters or the other Archons that we have. They're all max ascended in their talents. The other thing we can actually do, or probably are going to see in the next videos, is try to complete some other Archon quest. We should go to Inazuma, sorry, not Inazuma. We should go to Fontaine at some point and try to finish that. And after that, we can actually go to Natlan. I think we still have to do the desert, so that could be another interesting thing. I know that these are really long exploration things, or long, even the Archon quests are super long, especially Sumeru. Oh, we still need to do Sumeru. Wow, yeah, so we need to do Sumeru, and then we need to do Fontaine. Damn, that's gonna take a long time. Especially Sumeru is a really lengthy one. So we need to do Sumeru, we need to do the desert, and then we need to do Fontaine to actually reach Inazuma. So I think I'm going to set myself a goal is to try to finish everything before we move into Snetsnaya. That would be fun to actually have this completed as much as we can. And as we are also advancing in Natlan with Fatui only, I think it's not necessary that we do them. We do Natlan right now with Archons only. We might lose some primogems, because I know that you get some primogems just by doing the quest or these kind of things. But I think I'm willing to lose that in order to get not as repetitive content that we were having before. So yeah, let me know what you think. If you think that's a good idea or that's a terrible idea, what would you like to see in the future videos? That would be another interesting comment. I really like to hear your crazy ideas, crazy theories. Why do you think Zhongli is not rerunning ever again? Is he going to be part of a big plan? Are they saving him for the Lantern Ride? Maybe that could be the whole idea. I need to think when he didn't rerun for the Lantern Ride. So yeah. And again, oh, that's another thing that we need to do. I'm waiting to do the chasm until we get Zhongli, so that will be another thing that we need to do or explore. So I feel like there's a lot of content that we should do with this account. I don't know if it's going to be the most fun ever, but it would be fun to see if this could be completed using only Archon characters. I'm not afraid of either Fontaine or yeah, well, maybe Fontaine, I don't know. I'm not afraid of Sumeru because we have Dendro, which I think is going to be a problem in Fatui only. And I don't know, I have no idea about Fontaine basically because I never played with another account. So if we need other elements that we don't have, we will find out. Maybe we need Cryo, I hope not. But if we need Cryo, we're screwed. But yeah, I think that's going to be our commitment or our plan to continue here is going to be try to finish Sumeru, trying to finish Fontaine, do the chasm when we get Zhongli, and then move into Natlan when we get the Pyro Archon. I would also like to hear your opinion on this type of videos when we do the events that are in the different patches. Because in this one, for example, we have to fight, and that's very interesting because we can see how many primogems or which type of medals do we get with the characters that we have. But at the same time, it feels like kind of like boring and repetitive because there's nothing much happening, just me fighting with Archons, me talking over voice and trying to talk about different random things. As you can see, we're talking about 10 minutes over banners and future ideas for this channel and this challenge basically. So yeah, I would like to see what do you think, if you like these videos or not, what would you like to see in these kind of videos, if you would like to see more of the Abyss or other things. I will try to do again the theater, but unfortunately there are not any Archons on the characters that you can select. So actually that makes it impossible for us because it would mean that we need to start with characters that are not Archons, and then the whole purpose of this challenge is gone. So I only was able to do it once when we were able to use Archons in the first part. So unfortunately that's something that is going to happen more often than I expected. I thought they were going to have at least one Archon pair round, but I think that's not the case. So we will have, we will see when the next time is going to be, but yeah. The other thing that we should do at some point is try to test our characters in the Spiral Abyss, especially now that we are 10-10-10 in all of our characters. I think that's or I hope that's a really damage boost. We also, I think we have a new weapon for Venti, probably a new weapon for Nahida. I don't remember if we did it before when Furina got her weapon. I don't remember when it was the last time we did a Spiral Abyss, but I'm really keen to do it at some point and see if we can actually go deeper and deeper. I know that we are not going to be able to do the 12th floor because we only have 4 characters. I feel like for that, maybe once we get our 2 remaining Archons and having a 2 teams of 3 in our power, then I think that would be a good idea, especially because we cannot do much damage. If Mavuika is a main DPS, I think that's going to be fantastic because we can have, I would change the way our Archons go and I would have Mavuika, Zhongli and Venti all together, so then we can have I would think would be try to boost Mavuika as much as possible, so it would be Venti with Viridescent Banner to try to shred Pyro resistance, then Zhongli giving a shield and maybe try to use this again to try to get less resistant of different elements, and then of course Mavuika as a main DPS. And on the other side, I think what I would use is Furina, Radiant Shogun, and Nahida to try to do Hyper Bloom. I know that Furina is not the best having Hydro application, but I get some Dendro Core, so we can do half Hyper Bloom and half Electro Charge and see how that basically works. But I think it's going to be more damage dealing than what we have right now, especially for that second side. So yeah, I think that's going to be my plans. Let's see. We are only need to see what Mavuika does, and I'm really happy to see any leak of her to know how she plays, what do you need, how she can make damage, and that's going to change a lot of things of how we can build characters. So that's why I'm really excited to have a new Archon being added into the roster, and also having a new element that Pyro is super overpowered. Unfortunately, we are only going to pair her with elements that Pyro cannot react, like Anemo and Geo, but maybe if she's meant to be, I don't know, a burning team, maybe I can change her and have Raiden Shogun as a main DPS, or as a burst DPS as she is at some points. I don't know, we will see. I think depending on how she plays is how we're going to build her, and I think that's going to be really, really exciting. If you have any leaks or any suggestions or any ideas or any intel on how she's going to play, please let me know. I know that she's a Claymore character. We don't have a Claymore character, so that's going to be great. I think that's the only weapon that we're missing, so that'll be great. And then elements, that's going to be every element except Cryo. So I think that's going to be great. And once we reach Snetsnaya, we're going to have Cryo there. So let's hope for the best, basically. And see if we can get all the elements. And maybe that's when this account ends, because we don't have any other more Archons to get. So we will see. We will see what's going to happen when we reach Snetsnaya. I think that's going to be a crazy region for Fatui characters, because they are all supposed to be Fatuis. But I don't think that's much is going to happen for Archons Only. So we will see. Maybe it's going to be a shift between accounts during that region, and yeah. And if we finish all the content, for example, exploring the different nations, then we don't have anything to do in that account. So we will see what happens. I would really like to see what the future holds for us. Maybe I got tired of this account and everything goes away and we create a new account. I don't know. Who knows? I don't even know if that's going to be worth it or not. I know that I have some ideas of having only, how we call these, half animals in Liyue. I think that would be a really fun account. They're only going to be Liyue-based characters. I think the best time to do it would be in the Lantern Rite, because a lot of them are going to rerun there. But yeah, I don't think I have other ideas of accounts, so or challenges. Let me know if you have any other ones, or even you can start them if you want to. So I would really like to see what else can be done in this kind of game, basically. And yeah, I think that's mainly what I'm hoping for. Let's see what happens, and let's see what other characters are going to show up. I know that in Fatui only, I think we are not going to have many characters. There are not any characters being confirmed to rerun, at least not in the next patch. So I don't know what's going to happen with that account. It's going to get so boring so easily. We can do the Natlan story quest, that's the best thing, but if we don't have any other character, then what's the point of that? I'm still thinking if Ororon is a Fatui or not. If he's a 4-star, I might try to pull for him, and maybe not use him until it's confirmed to be a Fatui or not. That would be fun if he turns out to be a Fatui, like happened with Lynette and Fremine, especially because I think he's an Electro character, and there is no Electro Fatui right now, so that would be a new element that we can use. So let me know your suspicions. I think that after the trailer that they released, it feels like he's working with the Fatuis. I don't know if he's a Fatui at all or a number of Fatuis, but I would love to see that. I would love to have more Fatuis involved being released in Natlan. That would be fantastic for the Fatui only account, basically. So yeah, let me know your theories and let me know what would you expect. If you're liking the Natlan story quest, I think it's really interesting. At least the things that they showcase for the next version sounds like insane. There is going to be a lot of action happening, so they're pushing it really, really strong. And especially with the Archon story quest, which I'm surprised that they're not like trying to push it back and try to do it later. So I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe a lot of things are going to happen on this all of a sudden, and they have all of them really packed with adventure and stories. So The only thing I need to do is to wait to see where that ends. But yeah, I feel like we're able to do all these different challenges. All of them were silver, so it means that we get, I think, the maximum amount of primogems that we can get. And I think that's going to be enough, at least for now, to get these kind of challenges. But again, try to tell me if you like to see this or not, if I should stop doing these ones, or if I should focus in other things, maybe story or domains or whatever. I don't think there are many things that we can actually do with this account regarding of Archon story quests and explorations and quests, basically. But let me know. Yeah, I'm all ears. Remember that this account goes well if you like what you're seeing. So if we can tailor it to you, I'm more happy to do that if it means that it's going to be more liked than what we do right now. So yeah, this is the last round basically. So I hope that's going to be enough. We only have 38 seconds. So I hope this. We got 3,000. I wonder if we can get more than silver. I think that was 5,000, so I don't think we're going to get that. So I guess that means that the power that we have right now with 4 Archons is just silver power. I wonder if we can start getting golds when we get more characters, especially in this one that I think you have more boosts if you have more characters, so maybe that will be useful in the future, but who knows. But yeah, I think this is a perfect moment to close the video because we're finishing this challenge. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share if you really like it. And I see you in the next one. Bye bye.